But it's really frustrating to sit here and listen to what you boil down to someone finding pleasure from watching doing something without somebody else's consent. The arguments that you're using right now to convince people that this is illegal and or immoral are the same arguments vegans use to get you to see the injustice that happens to animals. Please try to understand that these people are the victims. So are the animals you eat every day. Why are you like this, man? Read the fucking room, dog. Read the room.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be responding to Hasan Piker while wearing Hasan Piker attire, although a much more of an Iraqi version of Hasan Piker as opposed to Turkish. Although I guess people have said that I look Turkish as well. I don't really know. But anyway, we're going to be responding today to an instance in which Hasan Piker actually banned one of his vegan followers for asking him vegan questions in regard to consent because he was making a video criticizing the whole Atrioc drama. I don't know if you know what happened, but essentially he was caught having bought some of this deep fake pornographic stuff pertaining to other big streamers. If you don't know what this all is, it's basically this really weird technology where people are able to take people's faces and put them on the naked bodies of other people so they can fantasize about what their favorite streamers look like while naked. It's quite bizarre. So here's a clip of Hasan interacting with the vegan, and then after we watch it, I'll give my thoughts.
I love when vegans do this. This like, I don't want to be that guy thing. No, brother, you want to be that guy. You are that guy and you want to be that guy. Like, it's very obvious you have an uncontrollable urge. I don't even know if you became vegan because of like ethics or because you like legitimately care about animals, or if you want to be the most annoying person on the fucking planet who just is physically, biologically, physiologically incapable of reading the room, okay? I don't want to be that guy and seem like I'm minimizing this topic, but I do actually. But it's really frustrating to sit here and listen to what you boil down to someone finding pleasure from watching doing something without somebody else's consent. The arguments that you're using right now to convince people that this is illegal and or immoral are the same arguments vegans use to get you to see the injustice that happens to animals. Please try to understand that these people are the victims. So are the animals you eat every day. Why are you like this, man? Read the fucking room, dog. Read the fucking room. Like, other vegans in the chat don't claim that vegan, okay? Just understand that not all vegans are like this. It's a meme to say all vegans are like that, but they're not. That guy is just like, you know, incapable of like seeing anything other than animal rights, I guess. That's just like, he's the PETA in the chat.
So obviously the vegan's point was that, you know, if Hasan Piker takes issue with people's pictures being used without their consent for deep fake porn, that he should also take issue with what happens to animals in regard to animal agriculture, because these animals have their bodies exploited without consent and, you know, they're eventually killed. Hasan Piker's reaction is like, dude, read the room. Like, this is not the time to bring up veganism. We're currently talking about this issue. Like, dude, please just read the room. Now, I understand in a way where he's coming from. There's obviously a better time to talk about certain topics than other times. You know, if somebody in my family ended up being, I don't know, killed or something against their will and it was terrible, and my mom or something was crying about it, and I just in the moment was like, well, hey, mom, you know, this happens to animals too. I think it's pretty obvious why it'd be a bad time to bring that up, right? There's probably a better time in which I could bring it up than when my mom or somebody is very upset over something that just happened. But regardless, what the vegan fan of Hasan said was correct. I mean, it's a very good point. You know, if you have an issue with consent in this case, why don't you have an issue with consent in this other case? And Hasan never really interacted with this point. He really just kind of took this whole route of like, dude, read the room. This is not the time. If it isn't obvious, I mean, clearly it's hypocritical to take issue with consent in this case with the deep fake porn, but not in the case of animals having their bodies manipulated and, you know, forcibly penetrated and eventually, you know, killed off for human pleasure because, oh, it just feels good, right? Because in the case of the deepfake porn, people's images are being used without their consent to make deepfake porn for pleasure. And then in the animal agriculture case, animals are being perpetually artificially inseminated or exploited, confined, subjugated, and eventually murdered because people gain some sort of pleasure from consuming their body or excretions. It would have been cool if at some point, you know, Hasan decided to interact with this point. But as we know, Hasan Piker takes issue with these kinds of logical consistency tests either way, even outside of situations where he's talking about some other big issue like this deepfake porn issue. I've covered before how he calls this the vegan trap, when somebody just brings up this consistency test or name the trait.
This is when you find yourself, if you've ever had a conversation with a vegan, also don't do that. If you have ever had a conversation with a vegan, don't. But if you ever had a conversation with a militant vegan, The trap is set the moment that you talk about sentience and what basically constitute what is the bar that you set for humanity, or rather to not murder mercilessly, right? The moment that you establish sentience, a militant vegan will start doing name the trait. Okay? Name the trait. Oh, so would you kill a human being that can't establish memories like easily and eat them? That's the vegan argument, right? Would you kill a little boy, a little child, right? Now, this is why whenever you have a conversation about abortion, getting into the philosophical trappings of what constitutes humanity is a failing path, in my opinion.
But it seems like Hasan Piker is inconsistent in regard to using consistency tests to point out hypocrisy in other people. He recently made a video called Aiden Ross is a Hypocrite, in which he pretty much tries to point out an inconsistency in what Aiden Ross is saying and what he's doing. Here's the clip.
Aiden Ross thinks Twitch should ban hot tub
flat out and say it, bro. I don't know.
I love this, dude. Aiden Ross going through the steps individually of radicalization and like doing like no fap and all this other dumb shit, thinking that it's actually making him better as a person is pretty funny. Mr. I have a porn star in every episode that I've ever had is now like, actually I decided like no more hot tub streams, bro.
How many people are gonna back me on this? Twitch, I believe heavily. You know, I saw one person that lost a lot of money to gambling. You guys banned gambling. You guys moved on it quick. I think we have a problem, Twitch. I think there's the hot tub streams, bro. I think it should be banned from Twitch. I think
this is such a funny take, dude. You idolize not only like an alleged sex trafficker who's currently in prison, but like even if he didn't do sex trafficking and he's just operated at like a webcam business, how do you still not see that inconsistency there? You know what I mean? How do you still not see that inconsistency there? How do you still not see that inconsistency there?
So there's an instance of Hasan Piker being like, you know, how do you not see the inconsistency here? This is the same kind of thing that vegans do in regard to people that claim to be anti-oppression, who themselves support some of the worst oppression on the planet, animal agriculture. Imagine if Aiden Ross responded to what he was saying as like, oh, this is just a trap, bro. You're just trying to trap me like the vegans, dude. This is like the vegan trap. You're trying to see if I'm consistent with my actions and my words. What I gather from this is that Hasan Piker is inconsistent in regard to accepting consistency tests as, you know, reasonable things to deploy when trying to point out that somebody is a hypocrite or a position that just needs to be changed. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. If you're a Hasan fan on Twitch and you want to just, you know, send this video in and maybe get him to react to it, that'd be pretty cool. And honestly, probably hilarious. So thank you so much for watching. If you support my work and want to get early access to it, you can click the link in the pinned comment and support me on Patreon. And if you don't know, I do have a book going over most, if not all, of the anti-vegan arguments you're going to hear online. If you want to get that as well, that'll be linked in the pinned comment. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Dude,
fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you. Don't ever speak to me again. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Even vegans don't get your weird, stupid wannabe sense of irony here. Who is your audience? Nobody gets these dumb jokes. Dude,